ओम जयति जगति माया यस्य कायाधवस्ते वचन रचनमेकं केवलं चाकलय्य ध्रुवपदमपि यातो यत्कृपातो ध्रुवोऽयं सकलकुशलपात्रं ब्रह्मपुत्रं नतोऽस्मि. Do we hope it is the last class on Narad Bhakti Sutras? And the next class on Aprokshanavati, in the chat section they have already given you the link and timings and everything. And we are reading, we have completed the 3 chapters of the book, but something remains to be told. And such things are called appendices in general. Upasamhar, not appendices, concluding portion. It is not parisheshta, it is concluding portion. Sorry, it is not appendices, it is a part of the main thing as concluding portion. Now, we have to mark the language very critically, yeah? Because something will appear similar to the lakshanas of bhakti. Lakshanani vachyante nana mataveda. Lakshanas are told in a different way because minds are different. And there Adi was used repeatedly. Puja Adishu Anuraga, Tatha Adishu. Here in this Sutra 82, there is no place for Adi. First thing. And Rupa is the end of it. Rupa. Rupa means in the form of. Lakshanas are what we see in our life. Rupa is equivalent to, if you remember, Sutra 2 and Sutra 7, the word Rupa had come. In Sutra 2, Asmin Parama Prema Rupa. And Sutra 7, Sana Kamayamana Niruddha Rupatva. There is the word Rupa had come. And now related to that, something is being told. And the wording is, I have not read the whole sutra. Ekadha api ekadashada bhavati. Rupa ekadha api ekadashadha bhavati. Dha means of the form of. It is one actually. One form only. One thing only. Which was told in Parama Prema Rupa, Amrita Swarupa was the one thing. That is the one thing. And though it is of one form, it appears to be of 11 forms. 11 forms of the same bhakti. Same bhakti which was defined as Parama Prema Rupa, and the whole Naradi Bhakti was explained on that basis, can be described in 11 ways. Not 12, huh? There is no Adi here, mind you. And another thing is, there the word, in the Lakshanas, the word Anuraga was used. And Anurag was attraction. Here the word Asakti is being used repeatedly. Asakti means, in English it says sticking to that. Not ready to give it up. That is Asakti. Addiction, if you like. Attachment, sticking to it, it up, that is the Asakti. And Asakti in life is contempt. Vishad Tyagat, Sangat Tyagat, that was Asakti. Now here, Asakti is for the Lord. No. Asakti is for these forms of bhakti. One is not ready to give up this form of bhakti. Now I read the whole sutra. Guna Mahatmya Sakti. Every time the word is repeated. Guna Mahatmya Sakti, Rupa Sakti, Puja Sakti, Smarana Sakti, Dasya Sakti, Sakhya Sakti, Vatsalya Sakti, Kanta Sakti, Atmanivedana Sakti, Tanmayata Sakti, Parama Viraha Sakti, Rupa, Ekada Api Ekadashadha Bhavati. These are the forms. We can't say these are the forms which we see in our life. This is the forms of bhakti itself. That which is Parama Prema Rupa, that which is the form of tremendous attraction inside, is of these forms. What are those forms? Guna Mahatmya Sakti. Two things are there, Guna and Mahatmya. Now, Mahatmya literally means greatness. But in all the spiritual literature, even in Mundaka Upanishad, we found that Mahatmya is used for the Swarup of God. That is transcendent immanent. That is beyond everything and in everything. That is called Mahatmya. Because we saw when the gopis were described, na tatrapi Mahatma Jnana Vismruti Apavada. So there also Mahatmya was described through that shloka, Nakalu Gopikanandana Bhavan, Akila Dehinam Antaratmadri. So Mahatmya is the nature of God, that is Mahatmya. What is the nature of God? Transcendent immanent. Nature of God can never be described. But the best description can be, as far as possible, please note down those words. The best description of God. Transcendent hyphen immanent. Transcendent immanent. Existence hyphen consciousness hyphen bliss. Existence, consciousness, bliss. And you add another word after that, absolute. One more word after that, one without a second. I repeat, transcendent immanent, existence, consciousness, bliss, absolute, one without a second. That could be the nearest description of the Lord. And this is Mahatmya. And we are attached to this Mahatmya. We are attached. We are not ready to give up our consciousness. That is transcendent immanent. And jokingly, I will tell you some examples. My Guruji was never tired of telling his transcendent immanent, transcendent immanent. So it was like an addiction. Another way to describe, there was a great Swami Nikhilananda, his translations you have read. He was nicknamed by his friends as PC. PC is not personal computer, pure consciousness. You ask him what is God, he would say pure consciousness. So these Mahatmas are addicted to that. They can't think of other things. But here, along with that, Guna also is added. Guna is not Triguna here. Guna is all the best qualities in man. Raised to infinity, that is God. Now, one example I will give. Sri Ramakrishna was chanting Shiva Mahimna Stotra in one of the Shiva temples at Dakshineshwar. And there is a shloka there. असितगिरि समम स्यात् कज्जलम सिंधु पात्रे सुरतरुवर शाखा लेखनी पत्र मूर्वी लिखति यदि गृहीत्वा शारदा सर्वकालम् तदपि तव गुणानाम् ईश पारं न याति. If the black mountain be made into ink, if the ocean be made into the ink pot, the branch of the heavenly tree be made into the pen, and the writing pad is the whole earth. And Sarada Devi, the Saraswati, the goddess of learning, she goes on writing eternally on that pad. She cannot exhaust your qualities, O Lord. And while chanting this, Sri Ramakrishna became intoxicated with the idea of the infinitude of Lord's qualities. And giving up the chanting and the sutra, weepingly started crying, weeping, "Oh Lord, how can I describe infinite are your qualities?" So how many qualities God has? Infinite. Or the best quality is raised to infinity. That means I may have some kindness, you may have some kindness, but the kindness of God is infinite. Here Swami Vivekananda jokingly told something. In Tamil Nadu, in Ramanuja literature especially, what are the names of God, you know? Nikhila Kalyana Gunadhar, Akhila Kalyana Gunasampanna. Very long names. And we hear that, hearing Lord's name, the Asuras run away. Swami Vivekananda said, because of the length of the name, they run away. Uttering such a long name of God, they run away. So these are all qualities. And if one is addicted to this, day and night what is thinking? Lord's, oh Lord, you are great. Oh Lord, you are like this. Oh Lord, you are like that. And but including his Swarupa. And you are beyond all. Another name of God is Hridayeshwar, the Lord of my heart. O Lord of my heart, they'll go on devising Guna names and chanting. But what are they? Same as Parama Prema Rupa. That is what the point Narada is saying. Ekada api ekadashada bhavati. The same Parama Prema Rupa becomes in their life Guna Mahatmya Shakti attached to that. Rupa Shakti. God is formless, all right. But if the devotee sees him with forms, what can he do? And what are these forms I will describe to you. Huh? Those who have seen Kali or the Kali Ghat in Calcutta, I would say most cadaverous. Some shape of a stone painted with sindoor and two eyes we can see. But Ram Prasad and Kamala Kanta has no end in singing the Rupa of Kali. Wonderful Kali you are. So the Rupas are abstractions seen in Bhava by the devotees. Similarly, Vithoba, Maharashtra, Pandharpur, is a very cadaverous figure. And the Marathi devotees do not feel sufficient to sing his Rupa. Oh, wonderful your Rupa. So the Rupa are the abstracted forms seen by the sadhakas while they visualize God. Or visualize word has come. Somebody was asking me today difference between imagination and visualization. Visualization is about an existing fact. Imagination is stretching the mind where reason cannot go. Visualization is about an existing fact we do not see by the eyes, but they see. So when we are asked to visualize this, it is of a fact, but we have to bring it to our eyes. Now I will tell you something wonderful about this Rupa Shakti. You often hear that the Sikhs worship only Nirakar God. It is totally wrong. The Dashama Guru, Guru Govind Singh, has composed songs after songs on the beauty of the Lord Krishna. Songs after songs on the beauty of Lord Krishna is there. Describing his hair, describing his nose, describing the ornaments, endless. So, addiction to forms is a form in which the love is flowing. That very Parama Prem has become an addiction to the form of God. Now, currently, we take Sri Ram Krishna, for example. Holy Mother has told that those who look at Sri Ram Krishna could not turn their eyes away. So, is it not addiction to form? Attachment are not ready to give up. Here, one story about Swami Vivekananda is there. So, anyway, when Sri Ram Krishna did not talk with Swami Vivekananda for 1 month, he is talking with people. Swami Vivekananda comes, he stops talking. Then Swami Vivekananda thinks he is not in mood now, so he goes out to veranda. Sri Ram Krishna starts talking. If Swami Vivekananda comes back, Sri Ram Krishna stops talking. This went on for 1 month. And Swami Vivekananda did not leave, coming again and again. So at the end of 1 month, Sri Ram Krishna is asking me, why do you come? I do not talk to you. Now Swami Vivekananda's language, who cares for your talk, he said. I love you. I want to see you. That is why I come. That was his reply. What he sees in Sri Ram Krishna. Of course, their meaning is to see his expressions as divinity, but we can take it as seeing his form. And so, please remember, especially about the Sikhs, because they are known to be Nirakarvadis, and they are singing after a song, all the Gurus, it is not only Govind Singh, all the Gurus. Once it so happened, the Sikhs want to show that they are separate from Hindus. They said, let us remove Rama from the Guru Granth Sahib. They found that if you want to remove Rama, 80% of Guru Granth is gone. So they dropped that idea. So, this very thing which is described as Parama Prema Rupa and Nirodha Rupa can be described as Rupa Shakti. All the saints, they are mad after singing of God's song, Tukaram and Namdev and who not. Gyaneshwar even, the great Gyani, always singing of the forms of God, Rupa. Then there is another way. All are not like that. So ekadha api ekadashada bhavati. The one form of bhakti has become 11 forms. Puja Shakti If you remember, Pujadishu Anuraga had come in the Lakshana. There Pujadi and Anurag was there. Here Puja Sakti. One is not ready to give up worship. Example, our Swami Ramakrishna Shashi Maharaj. After Sri Ramakrishna's passing away, the relics were kept in a pot. And Shashi Maharaj used to worship it like anything. Now, between Swami Vivekananda and him, teasing, loving, fighting used to go on. He said, I want so many leaves of betel nut to offer to God. Swami Vivekananda said, we cannot. They said, you take, I will go away. I will do worship somewhere. Swami Vivekananda to catch him, no, welcome. Whatever you want to tell me, I will give you to worship. So, is this addiction? Yes. Parama Prema Rupa itself has become addiction to worship. We see people like that. They can't give up worshipping God. Now, worshipping can be of different forms also. Adoring, decorating God's image, offering things to Him. These are puja dishu. Adi is not there. Puja Shakti. Attached to worshipping God. These things could not be told in a running flow. Because there, basing on the Parama Prema, Narada was describing everything. And he has described everything, Gaudi Bhakti and everything. Now I think that something has remained to be told. That this very bhakti, this very one form of bhakti becomes 11 forms. Now what are more forms? Smarana Shakti. They are not chanting Gunas, they are not chanting Mahatma. But day and night they like to remember God in their memory. Sometimes people equate it with Namasmaran. It may or may not be that. Just to remember the name of God, that is their bhakti. Day and night. And well, that is their bhakti. They can't forget. Narada told in one place, Tad Vismarane Parama Vyapurata. There the word Smarana is there negatively, Vismarana. If they do not remember him, they would die out of Vyapurata. Constantly. No, this is purely mental. Huh? Outside may not see. But mentally, they are continuously remembering him. All the things can be included there, your Guna Mahatma Rupa, but only in mental. When I use the word mental, don't misunderstand me. Mentally, everything. Nothing outside. But they can't give up remembering him. Now out of the Pancha Vaishnava Bhavas, Shanta Bhav Narada is not taking yet, but other four Bhavas are coming now. Dasya Sakti. What is addicted to? Hanuman. What is addicted to? Give me some work, O Lord. He cannot keep quiet without doing something for the Lord, day and night. Now, does he not know Lord's Mahatma? Bhagavan Ramachandra asked him, Hanuman, how do you look upon me? He said, Deha buddhyatu daso, jiva buddhyatu danshaka, atma buddhyatu tameva, iti me nishitamati. But give him some work to do. In the world we see, in our own midst we'll see. I remember here, one devotee is complaining about his son to me in Chandigarh. Maharaj, he cannot keep quiet in the temple for some time. I tell him you should do japa and all that. And give him any work, you will see how quickly he does. A permanent volunteer of the ashram. Any work he is ready to do. So, I am God's servant. Let him give me some work, I will do. Now, please don't mind. The person sitting before you is mad like this. So, tremendous attachment, addiction to do God's work. I gave an example the other day in different respect that my Guruji telling you have come here to do Thakur's work, not your work. Now, all our Ramakrishna mission is like that almost. Something for God, always doing something for God. Dasya. Sakhya Shakti, they are little less in number. But the great example is Arjuna, Uddhava in Sri Krishna's life. And all the Gopasakhas. Now Gopis also come into this if we extend it to Sakhya Bhav, to Sakhi Bhav. And in Ramachandra, who were his friends? Sugriv, the Chandal Guhak, friends. They would find greatest glory if you call them friends of God. They can't, they think that we have discussed this Sakhya in the Nitya and Tirupa Bhanga Purvaka. The whole world is a playground for them. We are playing with our Lord. He is our captain. He devises new games every day. We are all players. So the world remains non-serious for them. The whole world is a play. God is our captain. He devises games and we are playing. Now they will say, suppose somebody is miserable, beggar. He says, I am playing as beggar. He won't be sorry. So many roles he asked me to do, I do. I am playing with the Lord. Our great Swami Brahmananda Ji, just before he gave up his body, he said, I want to dance holding the hands of my beloved Shri Krishna. On the lotus, he is dancing. Give me my anklets, I want to dance with you. So, what they like? Being friends with God. In Swami Vivekananda literature, we'll find one person, you remember? The great Josephine MacLeod. If you describe her as Swami Vivekananda devotee, she would not like. I am his friend, she used to say. Why? That is her attitude. No explanation. That is her addiction. So Sakhya Sakti. Now there are other people. Vatsalya Sakti. Ask Yashoda what is God. She says, I don't know your God. I want my child. And that is the fun. Swami Vivekananda has told in America and England, the Christians, you have the baby Jesus, how great lucky you are. Can you not worship him as your child? Now, what is the fun in worshipping a child? They don't want anything from him. They just want to be allowed to love him. That's all. The mother thinks, I will do for him everything that I can do. What is that which I cannot do for him? So they become so much attached. They cannot think of God in any other form. No, he is my child. And this is not limited to ladies, mind you. Fathers, Dashratha and Nanda, they were mad after leaving their children. So, God is something to be loved unselfishly. And that is why Swami Kanda said, those races which worship an incarnation have this great thing before them. That Lord came to them as a small child and they become filled with this idea, asakti, addicted. So that is a great thing. Now some people doubted how these relations can lead anywhere. Narada is telling the one relation has become this many. Ekadhapi ekadashada bhavati. That very being of mind, that very Akila Dehinam Antaratmatri is my friend, is my child. And then Kanta Sakti, Gopis, Radha, Meera, and innumerable ladies today, innumerable men today. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught that is the best form to worship God, even for men. And so many ladies, that is the fun with God. So many ladies. And they never quarrel with each other. God is infinite. And so, this is the asat. Who is he? My beloved. Who is he? My husband. Are you wedded to him? Yes, spiritually I am wedded to him. And in this spiritual wedding, they feel one with God. They don't want any other form. What is God? Yes, good. Mahatma Jnana Vismriti is not there, but he is husband to me. I am his devoted wife, doting upon him. I know he loves me. I love him. So, this Kanta Sakti is quite prevalent, can be practiced by anybody if he has the temper. Narada is not asking us to do all these 11 together. Ekadapi ekadashadam. So somebody's mind gets stuck up according to the constitution of the mind. The mind gets stuck up in one of these forms which is equivalent to, which is equal to Parama Prema Rupa and Nirodha Rupa. His mind would not go outside anywhere. He is loving God in this form. No, two forms which appear similar but contrasting. Beautiful. Atma Nivedana Sakti. Atma Nivedana. Self being dedicated to God. Now in Ramakrishna literature, Saradaji's example is given for that. When Saradaji used to make a Sashtanga Pranam to Holy Mother in the morning, people who were looking, they could feel so intense was his expression that he has dedicated himself to her total. You know, the meaning of Sashtanga Pranam is not 8 parts of the body, but all 8 parts of the personality are dedicated to God. And that is the form of love they know. completely dedicated to God. Atma Nivedan. They become zero, and so they are filled up. Now, reverse of this is none other. Tanmayata Sakti. I am filled with God. I am dedicating to God is one thing. And the reverse is, I am filled with God. I'll give you an example. Though it was Vatsalya Shakti, Agurmuni Devi, who was called Gopalar Ma. One day Bhagavan Shri Ram Krishna is moving his hand on her body from head to foot, foot to head, head to foot. And he's telling you, see this form, inside only Hari is there. She is filled up with Hari. So, there are devotees who are intoxicated. You see my form. Inside, what is there? God is filled up. They will say, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is stated, where God is filled up. He says, right up to my nail. From my hair up to my nails, everywhere God is filled up. Brihadaranyaka gives an example. Fire is in wood. Where? Everywhere. So like that, God is filled up in me totally. So, remember two opposite views, same meaning same. I am zero, God has filled me, same meaning, but two different forms, expressed in two different ways in people's life. Narada is describing here the life of people who love God as Parama Prema Rupa. But that Parama Prema itself, Ekadha Api Ekadashada Bhavati. This one is not included in this 11. That one has become this 11. The one can become any one of these 11. The same Parama Prema Rupa becomes one of these forms, addiction. And then comes the great one. Great one, remember, greatest one. Parama Viraha Sakti. Parama Viraha Sakti. Example again, Gopis, Radha, Meera. People wrongly understand that they're weeping. They're weeping with joy. They don't ever playing with him. Krishna has gone to Mathura. The story is like that. Krishna is always talking of Gopi's love. He has a friend there, Uddhava, who is a Jnani. And Sri Krishna wants to give him a lesson, teach him. So he says, Uddhava, go to the Vrindavan, the Gopis are weeping. Why not philosophically console them? So Uddhava goes to the Gopis and says, why are you weeping? If you meditate, you will find God in your heart. They say, Uddhava, have you two minds? You have only one mind, and that mind is where Lord is. Body is here. That is weeping. You see tears in our eyes not due to our separation with God, but the separation between mind and body. Mind is where the God is, and body is here. So we are weeping. He tells one should not feel sorry, one should. They say, who told you we are sorry? We like this form of worship. You are separated from Him. Rather challenges. You see, any time God is with me. Then why are you weeping? Who told you I see you weeping? That is the result that our mind is with God and our body is here. So they like this form. Parama Viraha Sakti, not only ordinary Viraha. always weeping. And there is such a joy in this weeping, such a joy of experience of God. So, Narada, the expert guru, is telling us that one thing, Parama Prema Rupa, is Parama Virasa. Mirabai. Similarly, people think she was not fulfilled, she is always weeping. She is more than fulfilled, but she likes this form. So, Asakti, they are addicted to this form of worship. And they will always say, oh, we, oh God, you are not here, what you have done. Now, I told you in another context that they have got God as their innermost reality. So how can there be real viraha? But as they told Uddhav, Uddhav came back learned. You know Uddhav's expression. If I have to get a next birth, I like to be a bush in Vrindavan where the gopis dust of feet has fallen. I like to be a street dog in Vrindavan who might have played with the gopis. And he comes back and tells Krishna, oh Lord, you wanted to teach me, it seems. He says, yes. So, that is bhakti. What can I do? What can Narada do? He has to describe what is bhakti. So he says, these are the 11 forms, the very one form becoming 11 forms, that Parama Prema Rupa becoming of these forms. Now we come to the next sutra. Iti eva 82. Iti evam vadanti janajalpa nirbhaya ekamata कुमार व्यास शुक शांडिल्य गर्ग विष्णु कौंडिन्य शेष उद्धव आरुणि बलि हनुमत विभीषणादयो भक्ताचार्य आदयो endless भक्ताचार्य who taught bhakti. Now all of them we do not know having written treatise on bhakti. By their life they taught or by their talk they taught. Jana jalpan iti evam vadanti. Iti means from Sutra 1 to Sutra 82, whatever has been told is iti. So in the Narada told in the beginning, on behalf of them all I am speaking. That is concluding here. That what I have told you is being spoken of by all of these and more a chain of gurus. Bhaktacharya. Iti evam vadanti. Now who is on the other side? Jana jalpa nirmaya. Jana means prakruta jana, ordinary man, uncultured man. Jalpa means meaningless talk. So ordinary man's talk about God is meaningless. And they will even criticize these people. What are you doing? You are not following social laws. Hundreds of things will come from Jana. And they are never afraid of what Jana Jalpa is. Within themselves, they are ekamata. Within themselves, their unanimous opinion. And that is why we are mad after Naradiya Bhakti. Harmonious. He finds oneness in teaching of all these great acharyas. He said there is no difference in their teaching. Difference you will find only ordinary people. They talk a lot. And these great people are not afraid of what they are talking. They may criticize these people, they are not afraid. Ekamata. Now let us examine the list. Kumar. Kumara means Sanat Kumar Narada's Guru. He places him on the top of the list. Because he has learned his science from him. I referred to it in some other form. Brahma Kumara came. Many people have translated Brahma Kumara as Narada himself. Why Narad will talk of himself as Brahma Kumar? He has already talked as Narad also. So he refers to Sanat Kumar there also and here also. Top of the list is Kumar, Sanat Kumar. Where you find his teaching? Those who are interested, seventh chapter of the Chandogya Upanishad. The student is Narada, teacher is Sanat Kumar. And then Vyasa, the great teacher. No, Vyasa is a Upadhi name. Huh? Vyasa, many people have this name Vyasa. So when Narada calls Vyasa, he refers to Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa, who has described, who has given us Gita, who has given us Sri Krishna's play in different forms, Bhagavatam. Then another Vyasa is Badarayana Vyasa, who wrote the Brahma Sutra. He is not meant here. Another Vyasa we discussed is a Bhashyakara of Patanjali. He is also not meant here. Here Vyasa is Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa, and he is the greatest teacher. To whom he taught? He taught his own son, Shukadev. So next in the list is Shukadev. Shukadev taught bhakti to Raja Parikshit. And from that, many people picked up and teaching everybody else. So Shukadev Paramahansa is another great teacher, Ekamata Narada. Chandilya. Chandilya, Narada refers Chandilya to Atmarati Ravirodhana iti Chandilya. Because Chandilya and Narada have company in the Chandogya Upanishad. Note down those who want. Chandogya Upanishad, 3rd chapter, 14th section. Chandogya Upanishad, 3rd chapter, 14th section is Chandilya's teachings. And their teachings on bhakti. There is another book also available, Chandilya Bhakti Sutras, like Narada Bhakti Sutras. God permitting, sometimes we may deal with that, not now. But Narada refers to Chandilya as if he is his companion in the Chandogya Upanishad. He is a great guru of bhakti. Garga. Who is this Garga? Sri Krishna's Kula Guru, Kula Purohit of the Yadavas. Krishna from his birth is reared up in Nanda's house. But Vasudeva sent Garga to baptize him, to give him his name and all that. And in some pretext, he did that work in Nanda's house. No, his teachings on bhakti were not so much aware, but he has taught. And so, the next name is Garga. Then, Garga is a surname these days in the business community. Vishnu. Some people have tried to imagine Vishnu as Smritikar. Vishnu means the Lord himself. The all-pervading Lord himself in the form of Rama or Krishna or Ramakrishna or Buddha or whatever you like to call it. So the incarnations are always supposed to be Vishnu's incarnation. His business is to protect this world. And so he is a great teacher. Rama by his life and teachings, Krishna by his teachings and life, they are taught Ekamata Narada said. Same bhakti they have also taught. Then comes Kaundinya. Kaundinya is Shandilya's son and disciple. Shandilya's son and disciple is Kaundinya. He is also a great teacher of bhakti. Shesha. Shesha, you know, Shesha is Sheshanag. That's how he can teach bhakti. His living forms are Lakshmana and also Balram. And in some people's mind, Sardananji also. Now, Lakshmana has taught bhakti by his own life, by his own example. Superb example. Like shadow of Rama, he moved with him. So, by their life, the Sheshavatar, Lakshmana and Balram, and maybe Sardan Swamiji or whoever else may be, they are the great teachers of the same bhakti, Ekamata. Uddhava just now it taught. Uddhava was a Jnani. Bhagavan Shri Krishna turned him to a Bhakta, and when Shri Krishna decided to stop his Leela and go away, Uddhava said, what we shall do? There is a book, Uddhava Gita, in Bhagavatam, 11th chapter, where Krishna is teaching so that he will teach the world about bhakti. The purpose of teaching Uddhava is that he will become a teacher of bhakti throughout the world. So, Krishna's friend Uddhava is listed as a great teacher of bhakti, Aruni. Aruni Shataketu again refer to Chandogya Upanishad. So, Aruni is a great teacher of bhakti, a rishi in the Chandogya Upanishad. Bali. My Keralite friends, Bali is the grandson or somebody in the lineage of Prahlad. He ruled the area which we call modern Kerala. And he was such a devotee and taught devotion by his life and actions. You know what happened? Because he was a Asura Jati, Devatas wanted that his kingdom should be taken away. So Bhagwan had to take a Vamana avatar, a dwarf man, small height man, and he went to Bali. And he said, Bali was busy giving donations to people. Say, I also come to take from you. What you want? I want 3 feet, 3 steps of my land. Now Bali's guru was Shukracharya. He understood immediately. This is a play of the Lord. He is telling Bali, don't give. He says, no, I'll give. The story goes that to give dana, you have to take water in your hand. And Shukracharya entered as an insect in the nozzle of the pot so that water should not come out. But Bali was bent upon giving. He put this dharma, some grass, and broke his eyes or whatever it is, and the water came. And he gave donation. Then he says, give me 3 steps. He said, take. 1 step he covered the whole earth. 1 step he covered the Swarga. Where to give the 3rd step? He says, keep it on my head. And then Bali became the king of Patal. But he loved his praja so much that every year, even now, he comes to visit Kerala. You know, the great festival in Kerala is Onam. And the Onam is welcoming Bali. They decorate their houses, they prepare nice things and all that, balloon and all that. Something similar to Christmas, more similar to Diwali, but that is in honor of Bali's visit. So Bali is teaching devotion, sacrifice by his life. So Bali is quoted by Narada as an incarnation. I should run fast now. Hanuman will come again and again. Who is a greater teacher of Bhakti? Vibhishan, another devotee of Rama, being born as a brother of Ravana, again and again he is telling Ravana to help Rama is kicked out by Ravana. He takes surrender at Rama. He helps Hanuman in every respect. He is a great devotee of the Lord. Adayo and so many others, Bhakti Acharya. They are all Bhakti's Acharya. Ekamata Janajalpa Nirvaya. No. Ye idam Narada Proktam Shivanuशासनम विश्वसिति श्रद्धत्ते स भक्तिमान भवति स प्रेष्ठम लभते स प्रेष्ठम लभते. Narada says, I am not the original teacher of the bhakti. Narada Proktam has spoken the teaching of all the acharyas. So this science which is spoken by Narada, Shivanushasana. Don't connect with the god Shiva. Vaishnava is like that. Shiva is the teacher. Shivanushasana means auspicious teaching. Shiva means auspicious. Anushasana means Shastra or teaching. Shivanushasana means the greatest benefactor of humanity is this teaching spoken out by Narada. Vishwasiti Shraddhate. Two words are used. One should accept this. One should believe this, not blindly. Having learned all this, first step is that one has had to have faith in this. Second step is dynamic faith, Shraddha. I will act up to it and get God. That is Shraddha. Shraddha is described as, I do not see God, but the sages see. They tell me about Him. If I follow them, I will also see. Let me see. This much is Shraddha. So these teachings spoken by Narada, one who has faith and one who has dynamic faith, one who will follow these lines, what will he get? First he will get real bhakti. First he will get what Narada has described as real bhakti, he will achieve that. And through that what will he achieve? The Lord. Through that what he will achieve? The dearest thing in life. Dearest thing in life he will achieve. Preshtham. Preshtham is Priyatamam. The dearest thing in life he will achieve. And that is repeated to show the conclusion, that's all. So Preshtham Lavate, so Preshtham Lavate. So Narada has guaranteed us, this is the guarantee, that if you follow these teachings, you will get real bhakti. If you are an ordinary bhakta, if you are no bhakta, if you follow these teachings, you will get bhakti. And with the help of that bhakti, you will realize God, who is the only dearest thing in life. So with this, friends, I take your leave. So far as Naradiya Bhakti Sutras are concerned, we move to another topic. You already know that. Om Jayati Jagati Mayam Yasya Kaya Davaste Vachana Rachanamekam Kevalam Chakalaya Dhruvapadamapi Yato Yakrupato Dhruvoyam Sakala Kushala Patram Brahmaputram Natosmi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hare Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna.